Okay, Veronica, I'm going to do a little bit of an interview with you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of your GT1?
Right,
You love it?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Very comfortable,
Yep.
very easy to ride.
Yep.
And yeah, I really enjoy it. I think it's so easy for me to handle and go.
So you're managing the gears now. You were having difficulty with the gears, knowing which way to push your lever.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I know it's taken me time.
Yep.
To get to know I don't drive. I never drive. Driven.
or ridden for that matter.
I had to learn to use brakes and gears and all that. But I'm getting it.
Now, how about the motor? How are you going with the motor?
Oh, the motor's good. Yeah,
I noticed you struggle with the throttle.
Yeah, but that's okay because once I've got it on, I don't put it on full. I just put on just enough to get me over the bridges or a bit of a steep part of the road, whatever.
Yeah.
I'll put it on, and then sometimes I can just play with it.
Yeah.
I can just, take it and go with it slowly and softer. Depends. I'm trying to test it out as I'm going along,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've been using your phone mainly for your photography.
Yeah.
Do you carry any other cameras with you?
No.
Not at the moment.
No, not at the moment.
But
because I don't have any pockets or anything at the moment.
So you got nowhere to put them.
Yeah, so because I've got a little camera called the Canon, and that's one. It takes wonderful good pictures. So as soon as I can get something to carry that, I'll be able to use the camera. But at the moment, I'm using my phone.
You should be able to put it into a little bum bag, like I do with my cameras.
Yeah.
There's my little bum bag right there, actually. So
I've got a bun bag, but sometimes I feel it's a bit too heavy for that, but I can still use it. But at the moment, I put my phone in there and I get out because I have just difficulty with my hands as I've had operations on them, so they're not that stable and to grab anything. I have a problem in grabbing things, taking things out of my bags or in my little pocket for the camera.
Okay.
But,
now, one of the things that I notice you struggle with and that you're going to have to get a little bit more proficient in
is to hold the brake, put the brake on.
Put the brake lock on. Yeah. Put the brake on, put the brake lock on so that you can actually free up your hands to do what you want to do. And that way you're not going to drift.
I know. I'm learning that too,
Yeah.
That's the first thing I'm going to do is put the brake on.
Now that is one of the things that your OT has actually picked up on, is that there's a medium risk involved. Because
I'm not thinking. I don't think about that.
You don't concentrate on the brake.
Yeah, because I think I can control the bike with my feet.
No.
But now I know I can't. I've got to put the brake on, and then do what I've got to do with just the other things.
Yeah.
But it takes time.
Yeah, but you're getting
for
there.
me.
We're going for a ride tomorrow with Gary and Georgia, and it's going to be a much more challenging ride.
Oh.
But you'll enjoy it. I know you will.
Yeah.
And I'll be there to encourage you and to offer advice and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, I'm enjoying it, and the more I do it, the more confident I get in doing things like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just I love going out into the bush and going through the trees and things like that. It just picks up my spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love creation. So that's going to be good.
Okay. Now I'm going to show the differences between your recumbents and my recumbent.
Yeah.
So yours is the GT1 and I have the X5.
I'm just going to get used to crossing over main roads because I'm not used to crossing over roads when I see a car coming.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm just going to try and relax.
That's why we're taking you on a more challenging ride tomorrow. So there will be a few roads and it's through suburbia, so it's not going to be anything too dramatic.
No.
Once we get that past that ride tomorrow, I think that you and I will do a ride around our neighbourhood. There's no provision for recumbents around our neighbourhood, cycle tracks and that, so we have to use the footpaths. So all the road. So this is going to be the interesting thing. But we don't want to do this until we've done the ride tomorrow.
I'm confident.
Yeah, you've got to be confident and comfortable. So I need to be able to assist you.
Yeah, because I'm a very nervous person. I've always been nervous and been getting into vehicles and things like that. And even when I'm a passenger and I'm braking all the time.
Yeah.
You know, and people say, "Why are you braking?" Oh, because I can see a car coming closer to us, you know. So I've just got to be careful anyway.
Yeah.
And just have confidence in myself that I can do it.
Okay, I'm going to go and do some footage of the recumbents now.
Okay. Bye.
This sprocket here, it's got the chain on it at the moment, so we don't have that sprocket digging into people or people walking into it, which is one of the issues that we can have. I've put this spacer on, this guard on to that. But what we needed was these little spacers, which Gary has made for us, and I just had to drill them out to suit the bolts that I have. Unfortunately, the bolts that I had was these little ones here. That's very, very short, and so that's the part that goes into the back. These are the longer ones that I've ordered, and if I put this one in, where is it? If I put this one in, that is too long to go into the back, which goes in here. So if I put that one into there, it pokes through the other side, and so I can't put my spacer in. So I'm about to put the spacer in using the short one of these, using that one there, which is the original. That's in focus. That's the longer bolt that I got with the nut that goes on the back, so I'll be using these. So you can see they're quite large. So I've had to drill out the spacer, and so in order to fit that bolt through there, so that's nice and snug. So I should be able to get that in quite nicely. That should line up quite nicely. It's a snug fit, so I'll wind that through. Just like that. Let's go around the other side. And now I've got to get this into that. I've just got to get that in there, and you can see it's going to need some juggling in that to get that in. Oh, there we go. That wasn't too difficult. So we come around. Let's have a look at that straight on. So we just hold that in place on the other side and screw this in. Now it's not taking it, it's working its way through. I can feel it wanting to take, so it's taken up now. And tighten that off. Between the derailleur and the guard, and that's what that spacer is for, to lift that guard far enough away that it's not going to change, it's not going to rub against my derailleur. So that's the whole purpose of doing that. And I'm talking about these little spaces here, these little orange spaces. Gary made them for me. So they are fantastic. And as you can see, this is my pedal, and I have a spacer on here because I like my feet to be a little bit further apart. I don't like hitting my ankle bones against the arms, and I tend to do that. I've always done that. So I'm having a little bit of difficulty with my cameras. I had to reset everything on it, and I've done a little bit of learning, and so we'll see how we go. Now these are clipless. I did show this earlier, but the video didn't come out very well. Anyway, that's just when I'm not wearing clipless shoes, that is shoes that have got clips on them to connect into this. I know it's a bit of a misnomer, but I'll go over that now. You can see that this shoe has a clip underneath it. It's called a clipless because it is not protruding beyond the tread. It's within the tread. So that's why it's called clipless. It goes on like that, and then we push it in, and you can hear it'll clip on, and you'll hear it clip on. That's it, it's clipped on. There we go. As you can see, it's clipped onto the shoe. And now in order to take that off, what we have to do is we have to twist our ankle one way or the other. So we either have to twist it in or twist it out, and that unclips it. This is just a cleaning mitten, and in order to protect my upholstery, I put that on. This cover here, which Gary made me these spaces for, this cover over here protects the upholstery and that, and it also protects people. Veronica's does not have the same gearing system. She has a slump drive at the front, or a granny drive, like some people call it. So, and what that is when the foot is, and you'll see that she's got clipless on both sides, because I will not allow her to ride without shoes clipped in to stop her feet from falling out, because she can have, and she's already done this, she's already ridden it and had an accident and hurt her foot badly, and so we make sure that that never happens again. So we put these pedals on for her. Now getting back to the slump drive, the granny drive, that gets pushed through with the heel, and that then makes it a lot easier. It's a second gear, and it's very, very soft, very easy for her. She doesn't need it to be that soft, so we push it back through this way. You'll also notice this thing over here. That is a chain gobbler, they call it, and that's so that we can extend the boom without any fuss whatsoever. This over here are the lock nuts for the boom, so we can undo that, and we can extend this out, and the chain gobbler will just take up the chain, or it will allow chain to extend, as we do need to pull this out at least 4 inches for me if I'm riding Veronica's Recumbent. Veronica has hub brakes, as you can see. That means that that wheel comes off very, very easy. Now that's on the GT1. And my brakes are completely different. So we come across to mine and we'll have a look at the X5. I've got disc brakes. And taking this wheel off is nowhere near as simple, as you can see. I have a locking nut on this side here that you can see. There's my locking nut there. Which means that I have got to take my whole braking system apart in order to take the wheel off, or so I'm told. I don't know, because I've never had to do it, and I'm not about to do it just for the practice. My mirrors are turned in like this because of when I pack it into the car, I will damage them if I put my mirrors out, because as you can see, my mirrors protrude beyond the frame, beyond the size of the recumbent. So I turn them in. I can tighten that one up a little bit, it's a bit on the loose side. Whereas Veronica's, hers do not protrude beyond her mud guards or her wheels. So hers are both in quite nicely, and so she doesn't need to mess around with them, which is really, really good. She does bump them from time to time, in which case she does have to maneuver them. This of course is the cradle for the battery, because this is an E recumbent. Plugs in over here. These are locking. It just slides in and slides back, and then you've got a key to lock it into this here so that it can't be pulled off. And once that's on, this is the controller over here. So you can see that. It's got 3 buttons over here. We use the center button to turn the power on. You can go up. It's got 5 gears that you can use, and this little red button over here is a cruise control, so you can lock that in or unlock it. And this is the throttle, this little piece here, and this is what Veronica gets caught up with every time. She'll it takes a while for it to kick in, so she'll turn it around. The moment it kicks in, she lets it go because she gets a fright, but she's getting used to it. There's no gear on the top there, as you can see, because she doesn't have any gears up the front. It's just the slump drive, and she uses her heel to change, and Veronica doesn't know how to do that yet, so we don't worry about that. This is manual gear changing. That's electronic gear changing over on the left hand side, and manual gear changing over on the right hand side. Now the other thing is that her brake is completely different to mine, so she can lock her brake on and push that button in, and that holds the brake in place. Just pull on the brake to release it. Okay, what I have on mine, I have a Velcro strap, so I have to pull that in and tie a Velcro strap around it because I don't have any means of locking it. That's the difference between her recumbent and mine. Anyway, that's the difference between the 2 recumbents.
Yeah.
And Veronica's getting a lot more comfortable with the recumbent, her recumbent, and so yeah, no, we're enjoying this, and we hope that you're enjoying our videos as well. And we're trying to show you a little bit of the countryside, a little bit of Australia, because we've got family all over the world. I've got family in the UK, I've got family in Portugal and South Africa and Canada and the US and everywhere. So we're trying to show everybody what it's like where we live. So, and at the same time, what we're doing to enjoy ourselves and get ourselves fitter, and we go to the gym and we do all sorts of things. At the moment we're recovering from an illness that knocked us out for around about 3 weeks, and so we're struggling a little bit with that. But anyway, in the meantime,
we'll say goodbye.
Yes, we'll say goodbye,
and we'll catch up with you next time.
That's right. God bless, and don't forget, if you like what you see, share it with everybody that you can. Hit the like button, subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell. That way you're notified whenever we do post something new. Okay, cool. Catch you later.
Okay.